Hello everyone, my name is Draconicrose and welcome to a brand new series on Parkasaurus, a dinosaur kind of zoo tycoon type a game. Now this game has been offered to me, press key, was offered to me by the developer Washbear Studios, and it has been released on the 25th as early access. As you can see over here in the release notes, they're still pretty much updating the game, adding new stuff, including the FPS mode, which lets you tranquilize your own dinos. It's kind of fun. Now this game is retailing for the price of 20 USD according to their fact sheet, well, I have opinions that you will hear at the end of this series. Now this is a Windows game and it isn't playing very well on Steam Play. I'm only getting 11 FPS, weirdly enough, but that is more than playable for this game. It's very interesting. And anyway, since this is a Windows game, I'm going to do my usual let's try 5 episodes, and maybe once the game decides to come to Linux or the Steam Play version becomes stable enough to play it often, then maybe I will do a let's play of it. But for now, let's start a new game and demonstrate what Parkasaurus has to offer. I'm going to start a standard game. So we're basically going to be doing, the normal, the tutorial, the standard way the game was meant to be played. So you can definitely choose a custom game and do your own settings and tweaks. Play sandbox mode. Of course, the campaign isn't implemented yet, but we get a bit of guidance in these first few days. So I think the story here is that dinosaurs came in a spaceship to Earth. They landed with only their space helmets on. Well, landed is perhaps a bit too generous for that spaceship. And then they started colonizing. Now, my park name is going to be the Dracosaur Park. Let me know if Dracosaur is an actual dinosaur. It sounds like it would be. And we get a welcome quest. Commander Ollie here. Ollie being this Stegosaurus, who is intelligent and has a little university cap. How cute. Commander Ollie here, it's nice to meet you, human. Welcome to your first dinosaur park. I will be looking into ways we can enhance the well-being of our dinosaur friends. This looks like a big empty area to set up our dinosaur park. There's quite a lot of garbage around, but every great dinosaur park has to start somewhere. But first things first, navigating around your park is easy and important. Let's give it a try. So this first tutorial teaches how to move around. This one you can also move using WASD, but it actually doesn't count for the camera panning, so I'm just using the right mouse button to get through that. Zooming in and out, mouse wheel does work. And rotating really does have to be with Q and E. As far as I know, there is no other way to rotate, no. Your first exhibit. Science Officer Luca, who is this, not sure if that counts as a T-Rex, he has like little ridges. Science Officer Luca, reporting for duty. It's almost time to meet your first dinosaur. I'm excited to see how their biological systems function in this atmosphere, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Commander Ollie said we should set up an exhibit first. Exhibits are where your dinos live. You design exhibits to match your dino's needs and increase dino happiness. For now, let's create a simple exhibit for your first dino. Select the wood fence to build an exhibit. So this is basically standard stuff from Zoo Tycoon style games. Now you might notice the interface kind of looks like a mobile game. I will assure you that the game has quite a bit more depth than your usual mobile game, but it definitely has some mobile free-to-play game type inspired stuff. No premium currencies though. You can earn everything in-game. So we'll start by making an exhibit with this wooden fence, which, to be honest, not the best for it, but Okay, so that's our first new exhibit. Now we need a door so that staff can go in it. Said we need a door. Here we go. Door in. And if you look at the door, it's like a little gate with a T-Rex. Quest, donation box, Pax here. I piloted a crashed ship into your planet. Your money is very shiny. We should really be collecting as much of this stuff as possible. I invented a way to collect these coins in bins called donation boxes, and that is the main way you will be getting money from your dinosaurs, because the entry fees and food and stuff, well, they're good, but they're not as good as they could be. So let's put down a donation box and see what else we get. Now we get to pick our first dinosaur, a Stegosaurus or a Triceratops. This of course is a choice just for the start of the game. We will be getting many more dinosaurs later. So for now I'm going to go with Triceratops. Now we get an egg. This egg goes into our inventory for some reason. We pick it and we put it down in the exhibit. Good. So while the egg is doing its thing, the tutorial wants us to visit town to buy food, accessories, and this is where the whole free-to-play game type thing kinda starts showing itself. But we will see that in a minute. And when you click an egg, well, it's still just stating you can pick things for it. In this case, we still don't have anything. Ooh, what could it be? Well, we are going to find out later. For now, we are going into town, and here are the different shops you can visit. This is where you buy food, which is weird, as if you have played other Tycoon games, usually food is just automatically produced and deduced from your money. In this case, you have to buy the 6 plants, and I am going to go ahead and add a few to our daily deliveries. So let's get an even, well, can't get an even, but 6 units per day. And let's go back. This is where you buy meat if you have any carnivores. Here you can buy eggs, and as you can see, more free-to-play mobile game style stuff. You get collectibles and gems that you can trade for dinosaur eggs, which I'm assuming are implanted inside the chicken and then made into a egg. But as you can tell, we have quite a few species to play with. Here's the hat shop. Now this game adores putting hats on dinosaurs. So when we unlock hats, this is where we can purchase them. The gem store, where we can actually buy gems for money. Again, more things will be unlocked, other different types of gems, but always for cold hard cash. And the bank, which is closed. I actually haven't got that far, but let's go back to our park and continue on the tutorial. Yum yum! There are many different types of dino feeders. Upgrading and researching new dino feeders gives various bonuses to your dinos. Your new dino is a vegetarian, so let's get a vegetarian feeder. Again, just exhibit, and you need to get some stuff that the dinos will enjoy. I'm going to put it around here so that there's some encouragement for the dino to go in. Now, I can start some mayhem. A little help. Caring for your dino best friend is a lot of work. Employees are a great help by doing many of the tasks in the park. Veterinarians are the primary caregivers, so let's hire one. But first, you can see this icon. Just a hand pointing down at the egg. Pretty recognizable click symbol, right? So let's click it. Ta-da! We have a Triceratops baby. Aren't they cute? Already going to charge at fences? Yes, this game cannot be paused either, so... But that's okay, it is very forgiving. Now the office is another weird UI. You get to see the calendar, which lets you know the day and the weather. I think seasons are going to be a feature. The Dinopedia, which is not implemented yet. I assume it's going to have information about the dinosaurs. Dino book, it gives you quests that you can unlock things by having, well, the objectives. So we will be looking into that later. The park info is a screen that you will see often because at the end of each day it shows up. And yes, this is day by day and you can't pause, and at the end of the day you have to see that screen. At least at the start. So resumes, this is where you hire your employees. So we want a veterinarian, which is this first tab here, who refills food containers, heals and takes care of dinosaurs, and cleans up exhibits. So they have different levels, employee levels, which I think affects their salary and their max abilities because they level up. So they have 3 stats. The first is speed, how quickly they do a task, ability, how efficiently an employee does a task, though efficient in terms of what, I don't know, and personality, how well the employee interacts with guests. This I don't think is very relevant for anything but scientists, but we would see. However, I do want someone with some speed and ability, so we're definitely going to hire Olus. So let's hire her. We get a little information panel, work ethic, assign tasks. You can assign the tasks of your employees. You can always look up this information again. The Dinopedia, yeah, no you can't. But we have our first veterinarian, and they are going to clean the dino poop, and then they should fill in the feeder with grass. Hooray! Our trike should be happy with their food. The exhibit pane is a great tool to inspect the type of biome and biodiversity in your exhibit. Every dino species has a particular biome they prefer to live in. You can create a biome in your exhibit by first placing a base tile and then morph the biome by modifying the wetness and terrain. So if we click the fence or right click on the ground, double left click I think, we get the exhibit pane. I'm going to call this the Triceratops, just Triceratops, because of the way it shows up in the info panel. The donations appear as the exhibit name, so if they're all called new exhibit, it's not very good. So right now it has an area of 644 square feet. That is enough for a single Triceratops, and you can see that in their info panel, which says their exhibit size for one is 600 feet, and yes, you need 600 feet per animal. So it's dry because there's no water, it's flat, and its biome is bark. 33 view spots. So basically all of these, I suppose. Let's start by adding grass as the UI seems to suggest. So grass already changes the biome to forest. And now we can see here that we can manipulate the biome. We want to be rainforest and here to make our Triceratops super happy. So we have ruggedness and wetness. First things first, we are going to go with wetness, and by wetness that means we are going to add water tiles willy-nilly a little bit. Oh, look at them asleep. That means the day is ending in 17 seconds, and you will be able to see that once the day ends, I am forced to, well, watch it end. Don't really like the way that thing is happening, but okay. There we go. Computer chart. The end of the day is a good time to look at all aspects of your park. Hearts. Hearts are rewarded at the end of the day for every dinosaur that is happy or super happy. We probably haven't earned any hearts. We didn't earn any money because, well, our park is closed. Oh, I did gain a heart. That's odd. But okay, we lost $87 for our employee. Nothing too interesting here. You can see our balance is slowly trending down because of that. Attendance is 0, income 0, and expense, the red one, pretty high. That's the overview. Finances is basically the same. Revenue, nothing. Expenses, Today, Monday, we spent a total of $1,399. Some on construction, in town, meaning buying food and whatnot, and on employee salaries. Attendance, 0, of course. And you can see it like for the entire month, like spring, summer, yeah, by hour. So you can see when people spend more. I think that's probably best for the revenue overlook. Dinosaurs, we can tell our Triceratops named Leonora, level 1, gaining a little bit of XP, a little bit above 50% happiness, but that's going to get better. And well, I think you get it. So let's press this big green button next day. So the game saves, gives us this beautiful Tuesday spring thing, and we continue where we left off. There's really nothing else for us to do. Okay, so let's make a little more. We still require a lot more water. And sometimes the game does that when the water overflows. I don't know why, but that's okay. Biodiversity. Every biome has an ideal ratio of trees to bushes to rocks. This ratio is called the exhibit biodiversity and contributes to your dinosaur's habitat score. Trees, bushes, and rocks can only live in particular biomes. Note that trees and bushes often need to be near water sources. Now, why would a rock need to live in a specific biome? It's a rock. Game mechanics. Okay, so we still... we almost overshot it on the water, but we're good. So now we need to start elevating terrain. Now we get a delivery, and yes, we have to manually come here and click it to get our plans for the day. Now we have 8 plans, which might seem a lot for right now. Trust me, it is not. I do want to keep doing the terrain thing, and I want this, which is smaller, and we can just start lifting terrain until things look okay for our little trikey. Okay, that made it go up a lot, so quite a bit more. More? Yeah. I think that's okay. That's a nice sweet spot. Let's look at our dino. Is 60% happy? Yeah, it needs more biodiversity. Let's see then. We need more trees, so let's go with that. Trees, it wants us to use some pine. That's fine. Just put a bit of pine over here. Keep an eye on the biodiversity. There we go. Now bushes, which I'm going to spread around the place, and I will use one of these. Just that they're so nice and they have flowers. Kind of feels too extravagant to use them all over the place. And then finally a few rocks. I'm going to use one of these. They're pretty big. And one big boulder somewhere, like right here, and then smaller little granite rocks around the place. Oh, there, we're good. I think we just kind of missed our sweet spot. Time to open the park so guests can visit. You can close your park at any time. Just remember, guests give donations and buy tickets. So it's definitely time to open the park. And to open the park, we just come here to our booth. Wooden booth. I'm just gonna call it Dracosaur admission. And let's open it. Hooray! We have an open park. Great. So now they want us to hire a janitor. Before we do that, I do want to see if I can't get our exhibit to this sweet spot. So it needs to be a little less wet. That's fine. One way to do that is to go to the terrain, grab the flatten tool, right? and select the area you want to flatten. The water will disperse. Yeah, so let's continue. Okay, so that's good for water. Now it needs to be a little less rugged. Let's do this. Oh dear. No, no, no. Our baby didn't like that. Yes, now we're really in the sweet spot. Ah, very good. Look at that exhibit. Everything looks very good and going up. Not very private, but we can solve that by coming into the terrain and tiles and using the privacy tile at least a bit. Because dinos need little places to hide. They don't like being watched all day, every day, for the rest of their lives. We humans should, be the same, but we aren't. Anyway, let's give our little trikey some places to hide and make sure that, he can go he, she, I don't even know. Can I? Leonora, female, she. Alright. Yes, good. Now the game spawned some trash for us, just to make hiring the janitor necessary. So you come here to the resumes and janitor. So they pick up trash, they repair fences, and they clean bathrooms. So they're a bit more important in this game than most games. And again, speed and ability is something I want to balance. So it's gonna be this guy. Yep, hired. And now they're going to clean stuff up. Look at the little trike running around like it's nobody's business. How cute. Very cute. It'll be even cuter when she's big and strong and not a little pink bleep on our exhibit. Now this is the dino cam. It follows her around. And I don't know how to exit dino cam. Mistakes were made. Okay, X does work. Does work at least a little bit. Where is our janitor now? Oh, we have people coming in even though it's 6 p.m. Now to pick up and move the janitor we have to first find him, and we can use these overlays here. Especially this one, the employee view, which gives these labels on employees. And now we can pick and put them. Nice, isn't it? We can also... This has been a lot of part training? Yes, okay. Just let the guests visit. We can also right click and give them orders. If I had some trash I could give them the order to go clean it. Now these balls over the guests means they are ready to donate, which kind of lets you know when guests are ready, so you can have donation boxes conveniently nearby. Guess I could put another one here, but let's just let everything go on. We can accelerate time just to make sure people move faster and come in and the day ends up quickly. Now this is trash and you can keep it as some sort of decoration or you can just delete it. Park is closing, so let's end the day. We earn $126 today, which I'm pretty sure wasn't enough. Yeah. If we see our expenses for the day, Tuesday, we spent a total of 473 and we made only 126. That's okay. That is early days. You're never gonna make profit in the early days. It is Wednesday of spring, which means another day for us to make money and get our deliveries. Nice. Nice. We have a few things like the notifications where you can see again those things that pop up here. We have this, which is our quests and what they give us. We have the free cam, which allows you to do your park in different ways. Yeah. Oh dear. That's a lot of move. Yeah, do not like. The overview screen, which allows you to like quickly go to dinos, to guests, to buildings, to the exhibits, or even to your staff. Very useful, and if you're going to use any of these, it's probably going to be the overview one. That's our park tier, which increases by us making things. We got an imperfect gem from that quest, and we get security training, but that is something that we will have to leave for next episode, where we are going to learn how to tranquilize a dinosaur so that we don't get a Jurassic World type situation in here. But until then, don't forget to subscribe so you can see the rest of this series. Support me on Patreon if you enjoy my content, and until next time, remember, here, there be dragons. Thank you so much to my patrons for making this channel possible. Click the Patreon logo to become one of these fine folk, and if you enjoyed the video, here are some more YouTube things you would like. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you next time.